Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5. Scroll down to grade 4 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter logical reasoning. The lesson we're going to cover is find two numbers based on some difference product and quotient. Find the order. Then we'll start the chapter money. The lesson is count coins and bills up to $5 bill and round money amounts, right? So let's just start with the chapter logical reasoning, right? So we have already started this chapter in last session. So you don't have to do any calculations for this chapter. You just have to think logically and then you have to answer, right? So let's just start with the lesson. Find two numbers based on sum, product, difference, and quotient, right? Let's just start with the first example. The difference of two numbers is 7 and their product is 8. What are the two numbers? So you have to think of the two numbers. When you subtract them, the answer is 7. And when you multiply them, the product is 8. So which two numbers when subtracted makes 8 and when subtracted makes 7 and when multiplied makes 8? So let's just look for the difference first, right? So 8 minus 1 is 7. When you multiply them, 8 times 1 is 8, right? You can see the difference of two numbers is 7. So 8 minus 1 is 7. And when you multiply them, that would be 8. So that means the correct option is 8 and 1. 8 and 1 are the two numbers. Their difference is 7 and their product is 8. Got it? Let's just start with the test question. The quotient of two number is 5. The product of the two numbers is 20. What are the two numbers? Quotient means when you divide them, the answer is 5. When you multiply them, the answer is 20. So in this case, you are given with the options. So when you are given with the options, that would be very easy. Just check with the options 5 and 6. Quotient is 5. You cannot divide them, right? Also, their product is 5 times 6 is 30. So this isn't the correct one. Just look at the second one. The quotient is 5. The quotient means when you divide. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And when you multiply them, 10 times 2 is 20. So the correct option is the second one. 10 and 2 are the numbers. When you divide them, you have the answer 5. And when you multiply them, you have the answer 20. Right? So the correct option is 10 and 2. The sum of two numbers is 8 and their difference is 2. What are the two numbers? So which two numbers have the sum 8 and difference 2? Which is the correct option? So the sum is 8, right? You are given two of the options. Let's just check with the first one. 5 and 4. 5 plus 4. The sum is 9. That means this isn't the correct one, right? The numbers must have the sum 8. Okay, 5 and 3. So 5 plus 3 makes 8. And the difference means when you subtract them, 5 minus 3 is 2. So then you need two numbers whose sum is 8. So you can see here 5 plus 3 is 8 and the difference is 2. So when you subtract them, the answer is 2. So the two numbers are 5 and 3. Got it? So the correct option is the second one, right? Okay. The product of two numbers is 16. The quotient is 1. What are the two numbers? So that means product means when you multiply them, they makes 16, and when you divide them, the answer is 1. So what are the two numbers? The correct option is, which two numbers when multiply makes 16, and when you divide them, the answer is 1, which is the correct option? The correct option is the second one. 4 times 4 makes 16, and when you divide them, you have the answer 1. So the correct option is 4 and 4. The product of two numbers is 25. Their sum is 10. What are the two numbers? Product means when you multiply them, the answer is 25. And when you add them, the answer is 10. So, which is the correct option? Which two numbers, when multiplied, makes 25, and when added, makes 10? Which is the correct option? 6 and 4, when you add them, makes 10, right? But when you multiply them, they do not make 25, right? So the correct option is 5 and 5, because 5 times 5 makes 25, and when you add them, they makes 10, right? The correct option is 5 and 5. Very good. The difference of two numbers is 6, and their product is 55. What are the two numbers? So which two numbers have the product 55 and difference 6? The correct option is 11 and 5, right? 11 and 5 are the two numbers. When you subtract them, the answer is 6, and when you multiply them, the answer is 55, right? The correct option is 11 and 5. The second option is the correct one. The difference of two numbers is 10. The quotient of two numbers is 12. What are the two numbers? Which is the correct option? You need to find two numbers. When you subtract them, the answer is 10, and when you divide them, the answer is 6. You are given two of the options, 12 2 and 7 4. So, which option is the correct one? The correct option is, which two numbers have the difference? Yes, that would be 12 and 2. When you subtract them, the answer is 10, and when you divide them, the answer is 6. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, right? So, if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? The next one is find the order. Okay, again, you need to think logically, right? You don't need to do calculations. Let's just do an example. Akash lives closer to park than Richard, right? That means Akash lives closer and Richard lives farther, but farther from the park than Seth. So that means that is about Akash. Akash is farther from the park than Seth. That means Seth is the one who lives closest to the park, right? The question is who lived the closest to the park, so that would be Seth. The basic thing here is you need to understand the question carefully, right? If you understand the question carefully, you will get your answer, right? Okay, let's just start with the practice question. Let's just understand question first, then we'll find the answer of the questions, right? Okay, let's start with the first one. Ronald swims faster than Reba, right? Okay, so Ronald is faster and Reba is slower, right? Reba swims faster than Trekkie. Reba swims faster than Trekkie. So here is a another one who is more slower than Reba, right? Okay, who wins? Who swims the slowest? So which is the correct option? Reba, Trekkie, Ronald. Which is the correct one? The correct option is Stecky is the one who is the slowest one, right? You can see here, Ronald is the fastest one and Trekkie is the one who is the slowest one. The correct option is Trekkie. Okay, the next one is the opal pendant is less expensive than pearl. Okay, so opal is less expensive and pearl is more. Opal is less expensive and pearl is more expensive. The emerald necklace is less expensive than the opal. Here is opal, and emerald access is necklace is even less expensive than opal. The question is which piece of jewelry is more expensive, the pearl pendant or the emerald pendant? Which is the correct option? Priyan, what is this? The correct option is, which piece of jewelry is more expensive? No one is answering. What's wrong with you? More expensive. Pearl is the more expensive one. The most expensive one is the pearl pendant. The correct option is the pearl pendant. Okay, the yellow jump rope is longer than the silver jump rope. Okay, yellow is longer than silver. Yellow is longer one and silver is, okay, but shorter than the red jump rope. Which jump rope is the longest one? The red jump rope, the silver jump rope. The question is, the yellow jump rope is longer than the silver jump rope. So yellow is longer, silver is shorter. The yellow jump rope is shorter than the red jump rope. That means here is red one. That is the longest one of all. The question is, which jump rope is the longest one? Which is the correct option? The correct option is red is the longest one, right? The correct option is red. Colin drove a shorter distance than Ernest, but a longer distance than Mira. Who drove the longer distance, Ernest or Mira? Okay, Colin drove shorter than Ernest, right? So here is the Colin who drove shorten, and Ernest is the one who drove longer. But that means Colin drove longer distance than Mira. Here is Colin and here is, that means Mira is the one who is the who covers the shortest distance. So the question is, who cover the longest distance? The question is, who drove a longer distance, Ernest or Mira? Which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Ernest is the one who drove the longest one, right? The correct option is Ernest. Very good. Now for the next question, you have to think on your own. Just write the answer in the chat box, right? Okay. Jake is older than Zach. Jake is not older than Bridget. So who is the youngest one, Jack or Zach? Which is the correct option? Who is the youngest one? That means the youngest one is very good. That would be Zach. The correct option is Zach. Okay, the next one is the orange marble is farther than the target than the pink marble, but closer to the target than the white marble. So, which marble is closest to the target? Which is the correct option? Which is the closest to target? White marble or pink marble? Which option is the correct one? The, the correct option is the pink marble. Hold on, let me just think. The orange marble is farther than the pink marble, but I think pink one is the correct option. Yes, it is pink one, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we're going to start the new chapter, that is money, right? Let's just start with the new chapter, money. We're going to learn the different types of coin and how to do we add these coins, right? Let's just start with the chapter money. Count coins and bills up to $5. So you are given with the bills and you are given with the coins. You need to understand which coin is this and the value of the coins also, right? Then you need to add them up and you can calculate the values. Let's just start with the first examples. Okay, how much money is there? You can see you have two bills, right? They are $1 bill each, right? So 1 plus 1 makes 2. You have $2 bill. Okay, now let's just look at the coins. This one is the quarter. The silver coin is the quarter. And you can count quarters by 25, right? That means 0.25. You can count the quarters by 0.25. Then the next one is, I think, cent. The golden one is cent. Sorry, penny. The golden one is penny. And you can count the pennies by ones. That means you can count by 0.01, right? You just have to add. So together they make 2.26. That's how you have to. The basic thing is you need to understand what type of coin is this and also the worth of the coin, the value of the coin, right? Then you need to add up the values of all the coins and all the bills. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay. Okay, how much money is there? You need to count the money, right? So first just look at the bill. You have a $5 bill. That is $5 bill. Okay. This one is a $5 bill. This one is a quarter, right? You can one, two, three. You have three quarters. So you can count the quarters by 25, right? 25 each. This one is 0.25. This one is 0.25. and this one is 0.25. When you add them together, the quarters are 0.75, right? Then you have the dimes. You can count the dime by 10. This one is dime. You can count the dime by 10. 4 is dime. You can count them by tens. That means that would be 0.10, right? Okay, then you have this one is the nickel. Fifth coin is a nickel. You can count the nickel by fives, right? That means 0.5. And this one is the penny, and you can count the pennies by ones. So you need to add 0.01. So you have to add $5, 0.75. That is the that is the worth of three quarters. Then you have 0.10. Just add them, right? 5, 0.75, 0.10, 0.05, 0.01. Let me just add 5 and 5, 10 and 1, 11, 1, 1 carry, 7, 8 and 1, 9. So that means the total worth of these coins and is 5.91, right? The correct option is 5.91. Got it? Okay, so the correct option is 5.91. How much money is there, right? Let's just add them. Okay, so you have a one bill that is $5 bill, right? Okay, now let's just look at the, you have only one quarter. Quarter is 0.25, right? Then you have dimes, one, two, three, four dimes. You can count dimes by 10 each. Tens, right? You have four, so you need to add 0.40, right? Because each costs 0.10. When you add, that makes 0.40. The last one is penny. No, this one is also dime. You need to add 0.50, right? 5 coins. Okay, the last one is penny. The penny is you have to add, you need to add count by ones, right? Let's just add 5 and 1 is 6, 5 and 2 is 7, and the last one is, so that means the worth of these the money where coins and bill is 5.76. Got it? So the correct option is 5.76, right? Okay. Okay, the next one is how much money is this? So you are given four of the coins. So the first one that is a quarter, right? And we can count the quarters by 0.25 by 25s, right? Then you have dimes, two of the dimes. You can add the dimes by tens, so you need to add 0.20 because you have two dimes, right? Then the last one is a nickel. You can add the nickel by fives, so you need to add 0.50. So when you add them together, they make 0.05. You have to count them by 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 0, 1 carry. 2 and 2, 4 and 1, 5. So that means when you add them, it makes 0.50. So the correct option is 0.50. Got it? Okay, for the next one, you need to calculate and just tell me the answer. Okay, I am waiting for the answer for the next one. Okay, how many coins, how much money is there? So which is the correct option? You are given just two coins, right? The first one is quarter. You can count by quarter, count quarters by 25s, right? That means 0.25. Then you have a dime. You can count the dimes by tens, right? So you need to add 0.10. Very good. That would be option number one, 0.35. Very good. Okay, the next one is how much money is there? Okay, so you have to add them. Which is the correct option? I think that's the one we did on the tutorial, isn't it? Who remembered the answer? That is the one. That's the one we did on the tutorial, right? I remember the answer. That would be 5.71. So the correct option is 5.71, right? You can see there we have a one bill that is $5 bill, right? The next one you have is you have you have dimes, right? How many dimes? One, two, three, four dimes, right? Hold on. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. You have a penny. So seven, other than seven, all of them were dimes. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. You can count the dimes by tens. So you have seven. That means you need to add 0.70, and you have only one penny. That is for you need to count it by one. So that would be 0.01. So when you add them, that makes 5.71, right? Okay, how much money is there? Which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? The correct one is you can see here you have $1 bill, right? So you have a $1 bill, then you have dimes. You have to count them by tens, right? Only two of the dimes, right? That means that is 0.20. Then you have one, two, three of the pennies. You need to count them by fives. So you have point 1.20, 1.25, 1.30, and 1.35. The correct option is 1.35, right? Okay, how much money is there? Now you can add and just tell me the answer. I'm waiting for the answer. Which is the correct option? 0.46 or 0.35? The correct option is yes, that is 0.46 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, how much money is there? Which is the correct option? 8.45 or 7.55? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 7.55, right? The correct option is 7.55. Okay. How much money is there? Which is the correct option? 6.4, 6.22. Which is the correct option? That would be very good. The correct option is 6.22, right? When you add them, they are 6.22. Okay, the next one is how much money is there? So, which is the correct option? You have three nickels, right? All of them are nickels. So, the correct option is 0.15 is the correct option because they all are the nickels. So, the correct option is 0.15. And you can count the nickels by fives. Okay, how much money is there? Which is the correct option? Yes, that would be 5.10. The correct option is 5.10. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 4 math. We have started with the chapter logical reasoning, and the lesson we have covered from the chapter is find. Okay, so from the chapter we have covered the lessons. They are, hold on. From logical reasoning, the lessons we have covered are find two numbers based on sums, difference, products, and quotient. Then we did find the order. Then we started the chapter money, and the lesson we're going to cover from we have covered from the chapter money is count the bills up to bills and coins up to $5, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework, right? So please make sure you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? So if you have any question, you can please ask. No questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.